Hello, everyone. You are welcome to Grace Tech Analytics channel, where you are going to be mentor guided on any course or any topic related to analytics. We are on adventure on exploring different AI features integrated in Power BI. In my previous videos on AI intelligence in Power BI, working with question and answer, how to prompt them and how to generate your visual using Power BI, and as well how to work with different decomposition tree embedded in our previous videos. We are going to continue on our exploration of features integrating as touching AI in Power BI. Now, today we are going to be working and exploring on what we have done so far. Then we can pick the context of what we are doing today from that area and from that angle. So we are going to let me just do a quick revise of what we have done so far. So today we are going to be working with what I call smart narrative. So slash why increase and decrease explain. So it is very important for us to know or to look for the details of your visual most time for us to see the rising or the falling of a particular product that we are working with and those that are responsible for it with their names. So it helps us to explore in depth of what our data is all about. So I'll be showing also now so that we'll be able to see how it works in Power BI. So let me just generate information we are going to use, for example, and all this you have done so far under question and answer. Let me generate first subcategory subcategory um, by 6. So we have this. So best three subcategory by 6. Can drag this. This is by working with a question and answer, which we have done so far. So we want to use it to work with our smart narrative. So smart narrative will help us is an intelligence integrated in Power BI to help us to detect how to explain or how to give interpretations to our data without necessarily cracking your brains, because we know that we have different processes that guided analytics from the problem formulation, collections, organizing, analyzing, and interpretation of data. So there's an intelligence that is developed inside Power BI that will help us to interpret all those findings with time. Let me generate some information more before we can work with this smart narrative so that it will be easy for us to see. So how to work with them. So we have list theory, um, series states by, I want to work with list theory state by profit as well. So let's see. So should give it to us. It's generating, it's looking for them for us, or we can just look for um um let me say uh, low um low customer, so by profit. Let me generate based on three. Let me generate just three of it. No, so no matter how we write it, so you dictate what you want to do. Low three customers by profits. So let's see people that are not really profitable. So generate them and let's say bar. So we want to see them in form of bar. So list the customers by generating them in profit. So it's not bringing like the way I really want it. So from the data set we are working with from here, so let's try to look for something we can generate from this end as well. Let me just generate best customer best best three customer. I'm just generating. We have done this and by profits. So by profit. So let me that I want them in bar. So we can have something like this. We can have something like this. So we have this. So let's try to convert them to standard visual. So they are converted to standard visual. So we can see something like this. So let's look for another thing we can generate. So before we work with the smart narrative from this end. So let me generate best best is best subcategory by sales in China. In China. So it's telling us that so best state category in China. These are different sales that have more sales in China. So that is what we really want it to give it to us. So we can label it, can just try to label from here. So we rank them based on what we really want. So let's try to label it. So we can give label to attract color before we can further what we are working with. So under bar, we open it so that we can label it. It helps us, but without even labeling it, it will show us how to work with them. So from there, we can convert this to open the label, convert this to 1,000, so that it will be more easier for us to understand. So we convert this to 1,000. So let's scroll down from here under value. So we can see under value. So we see under display units. So we can convert this to 1,000 from here. I can you can use this format under home. Just come to format printer um and format it from here. So you can see that I'm formatting from here. So I use the same 1,000 from here too. So we can have something like this. So we have them here. And if you want to change the background, just click on the canvas, then we can come to your wallpaper. So these are the things that we have done before. So I'm showing you this so that for a reason, because we want to work with want to work out to generate some different visuals with it. So just generate something that is more flexible and make it transparent a bit so that it will not be so deep. So we have this. So we can work with them. I work with it this we can generate something like this from it. And of course, if you want to change the visuals, we can do that. So many more can work the previous videos on how to work with that. But now, if you are given this kind of visuals and you really wanted to do justice with it by doing some interpretation to it, so without cracking your brain, that an intelligence integrated another features of AI in Power BI. It is called smart narrative. Just click on your inserts. By the time you click on your inserts, you will come straight to narrative. So you click on narrative, then you say creating narrative. I want to explain it. I want this AI integration part to explain the meaning of this visual form. So you are going to see it will break it down for us. So it's creating a narrative. So you will locate all the visual I've created, regardless of visual I have created. Just create them, then click on the narrative smart narrative it will give you. So we wait for it to create the narration for them. It's creating it already. So looking for the and custom so that you can edit whatsoever you want to do with it. Click on custom. So we can have something like this now. So it will work with it by default. It will create it for us. So now it's bringing it for us that is calculating these visuals. So we click on this visual, it will generate the narration for you. So it will create the narration for you. So it's telling us that at this amount of nairas that we are seeing here, so we are seeing 330 and 7 naira plus or 4 as the highest sum of sales and was 10,811 0.92% higher than fasteners. So we can see the fasteners. So just scroll down, you are going to see the fasteners. So these are some you scroll down from here. This is a and the list some sales by subcategory we have here. So we could see that the higher percentage that this the highest and best subcategories by say so add or hard or far to that fasteners that we are having the lower percentage. So which has the lowest sum? So it's telling us that the fastener which has the lowest sum. It was giving us the summary of the highest sum of sales or by subcategory, and it was giving us again the information for the lowest as well. So we could see the highest as full, and also we could see the lowest. So that was fastener, and it was telling us the total sum of sale we made on fasteners that we just made 3,024 naira and 28 kobo. So phones accounted for what? For 14.37% of sum of sales. So can you see the way it's breaking it down for us? So across all 17 subcategories, sum of sales range from year to year. Can you see across there is telling us that from the lowest to the highest? And though we have seen the lowest that fasteners and what is we made on it, and the highest which was foams and what we made on it. So similar in profit. Now it's now showing us again this second the second visual we are having. Now, for us to get more details, if you click on any visual here, so it will still interpret this for us here. Let me just say, for instance, if you click on share, if you click on shares, so you will see that something is happening. It will tell us that share had 228,449 is telling us that these are the sum of sales that we made on shares, and it was telling us the person responsible that sold more on that share and the contribution of that customer name that had large contribution in the sales of shares. So it was telling us that Lara Armstrong in profit so has more like 798 kobo on it, made of 22.58% sum of sales. So it's giving us the person that had the highest sales on this particular sale. Now, if you click on phone as well, it will tell us the sales person that had the best contribution on phone, which is John Murray. And also it will tell us the profit he made on the sales he made on phones, and also based on his percentage. So if I click on even the worst or let me say the lowest sales, if I click on this fastener, so I click on fastener, it will tell us the person that even contributed to fastener as well. So I'm trying to click on it. This is fastener. So if I click on fastener, don't forget that Power BI is interactive in nature. Anything you click here, it will affect here. But we are not concerned about this yet. You are concerning about the smart narrative, how he was able to detect the information for this. Now we had this already, the sum of sales, and was telling us the name of that person, his contribution that had even more sales on that fatness, and also based on its percentage as well. So, and that is what our smart narrative will give to us. So if I click on the second visual here, so if I click on this second visuals that we are having here, so it will tell us more information about it as well. So in this second one, so it's telling us under this place too that what we need to work with. So we can see that it's giving us the information about it. So we have this, and under this as well is telling us that similar, so is contribution, because we are talking about the best customer by profit. So it was telling us the what similar has done, this particular salesperson, customer name, what he has contributed that made him to have the highest customer by profit, was now giving us the introductions and the clue to it that like 23,459 and 78 kobo. So he had a machine for the highest sum of six, and it was like this. So 872,485 and 44%. So higher than supply, which is the least one, which has the lowest sum of six at 3.49. Now, machine accounted for 93.68 of sum of six. So across all nine subcategories, some of the range from 0.49 to 23.409.78 kobo. Now, similar is profit. Now, in profit, now this is the profit of similar are made up of 90.40% of sum of six. So it was telling us by profit that similar has the highest profit. So we can click on Tamarashad. And you click on Tamarashad. Tamarashad also they give us the details what Tamarashad also have sold that made him even to be the second person also. So this one add more copier. He sold more on copier. So by the time you click on Raymond Bush also, it will show us what Raymond Shoe even sold that made him also to have the ISA. If you click on phone, yes, too, and for us to tell us the information and to interpret on phone for us, you are going to see that on phone also is telling us these are the things you have made on phones. So, and also it will tell us the person that made it and which we have read from here before. If you click on shares as well, it will tell us that person which we have also interpreted here before. So, because we are working with our custom, so we can do many things to interpret more, so that we can look for any things that they really want to see. You can do this. So if I want to see the total sum or total profit that we made, so what we just have to do is just click on the total sales. Just click on total sales here. Total sales is, so click on value here, and you click on value. So it's asking you what you want to look for. Just say you are looking for sales. So then click on your enter key. It's telling us the total result. Then you can save it. So you are going to see the value here that the total sales is this. So we can do the same for profit. Just say total profit is what? Total profit. So total profit is look for value, click on your value. So click on profit. It will tell us that profit, based on profit, you can do this and generate information from it. So these are total profit we have made. So it's showing us that this is total profit. So, and let's look for this information and let's see how it will generate it. And the top customer by profit, top customer, top customer by profits, top customer by profit is, so if I click on value again, top customer by profit, so top customer, um, top customer by profits. So if I click on it, It will tell us that the top customer by profit is this man, Lara Armstrong. So now, if I click on top customer, this top customer, this smart narrative, top customer by sales, which will be different from by profit is. So I click on my profit as well to generate the top and top customer name by sales now. I enter. So this is this a Aaron Bigman.